The whole purpose. We never know where we are. Oh! How's it going, Connor? Dropped a portal. Oh no. Oh no. Connor? Oh no.
Why did it happen again?
Hey Connor, remember World Owner Access?
It's... Oh no.
Connor,
where'd you go?
Connor's dead.
No.
Any last words before you go to the space program?
One small leap for man, one giant leap for man.
Insane's legs are just sticking out of the... Do you see? Oh god! Can you see portals?
I don't know, drop one.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, I got G-Man drip right here. Yep.
Go, Shark Boy. Howdy everyone, this is Nuoance, and today we're going to be looking at the VK for music this time. VR chat servers are being a little wiki-wonky, so hopefully we're going to be able to go through them today. It took us a little bit. You'll probably see some of that sprinkled at the beginning of the video or at the end, I don't know. But I'm here today, right now, currently, with my two buddies. We got Connor.
Where am I?
Come here.
Hello, check out my YouTube, Connor Android. Please.
Listen, this is the Connor Android. He did the very first and world record speedrun of the drinking night. So, kind of a big deal. Was super hard to get him into this video, and the fact that VR chat servers are just destroying themselves with this amazingly rare opportunity it's just blowing my mind. We also have another person here today. He hasn't loaded yet, but
I'm stuck in the void.
Keep going. Stop! No, stop! You went too far. Insane, you're too far. Insane, please.
People need me.
No, come back.
Hello everybody, I'm InsaneCreatures. I'm the host you hate the most. If you don't hate me now, you'll hate me later. If you don't hate me later, I'll make you hate me. I'm not here to be your friend, I'm here to make sure we all get along. After all, it's much more fun for me to break the bonds that bind you. Now, you guys are expected to follow my rules to the letter. However, I might twist, bend, and break my rules in any way I see fit. You told me to introduce myself and I only know my murder mystery intro.
You need to come up with a new intro.
Well, I only have an intro for murder mystery, alright? You didn't tell me you'd be recording this.
I did!
I didn't have the time.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys, so this video was originally going to be just about our experiences relating to the music market, but honestly, after getting through a third of the footage, it wasn't very interesting since my Discord goes really quiet when OBS is open, so I had to make sure everyone was louder naturally, but I can't do that if music is playing or it'd be obvious. One day I'll get this right. So instead I decided to do an extremely last minute recording to make this video about the VK market in general. This is my second video about the market, and obviously I didn't learn anything from the first one because even though the event was filled with amazing music and interesting things, I didn't really record them right at all. To be fair to myself though, the music market is 90% music only, unlike the regular market which has beautiful sights and immersive fun to go with it. I don't want to just toss the footage out though because legitimately we had a lot of fun at the event, and I always want to showcase the best of the game, which honestly VR chat kinda needs right now. With the you-know-what going on throughout the world, lots of events have been canceled. At the start of all this, most people were just stuck in their houses if they weren't working and didn't have much in terms of group events. If you enjoy conventions like I do, you're probably already feeling them calling you back. I miss cons so much, and I'm super upset that this year will probably be another con-less year, minus Holiday Matsuri, maybe. This is why the VK market is something I really feel like people should hear more about. In no uncertain terms is the event unpopular, but let me tell you my surprise when I had other content creators for VR chat have no idea what the market was. If you don't know either, buckle up because we're going down this rabbit hole together. So the first thing I actually want to bring up is when I went back to VR chat to record what you're hearing right now, I heard that the market was taken down, which when I checked myself was true, and it's really weird considering that there was an event for the day I'm recording this, which is the 10th. My guess is that since Japan is 14 hours ahead of my time zone, at midnight all the worlds got taken down temporarily or maybe even permanently. It's a huge shame, and it does happen with all of the markets, only some of the worlds get to stay up after the designated time, and honestly, I don't have an idea what they do to choose which worlds stay and not stay. The markets are always shown as an extra world tab in VR chat, so it's never hard to miss if you're curious to know where it is. You may be wondering, Nuo, what is the VK market? We saw your previous video about it, and now this one, but is it just a marketplace? And my answer to that is, maybe. The virtual market is so much more than a place to go window shopping. I think the best way to explain it is kind of like a Renaissance fair without the people. You have the booths to buy from, but also things to do on the side that add to the fun. There are, to my knowledge, only 2 current marketplaces that show up on VR chat, the Showcase Market and the Music Market. When doing some light reading on this event to try and figure out how it started, I also saw that there's a VK Game Market that's opened up submissions literally the day of my birth, so stay tuned for that one. It seems like it's going to go live on April 29th and will be up for a week. I don't know if it's going to happen in VR chat since this is more geared to VR games and not VR chat, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. In terms of history, the virtual market started sometime later in the years of 2018 by a company called Hiki. The comparison between the first virtual market and the most recent one is absolutely stunning to look at, and some of the earlier ones are still available to explore if you're interested. To explain more in detail what their goal is, though, I'm going to let them tell you. The idea behind the virtual market is to enrich the virtual world and make it possible to live virtually. By holding a virtual market, many 3D models will expand into the virtual world, many people will visit the virtual space, and an economic sphere will be built along with them. By creating an economy in the virtual space that is so massive that it rivals the physical world, virtual space becomes another reality. People will be able to live more freely in a physical reality and a myriad of virtual realities by getting the place they want, the visual figure they want, and the job they want. Virtual Market is held twice a year and allows creators to work under a deadline. It motivates creators to create and enables them to present their works. Users who visit Virtual Market will have the opportunity to see their favorite worlds and meet creators that have never heard of before. Virtual Market has several hundred of thousands of visitors. It provides an opportunity for companies to experiment this whilst in the virtual space and to experiment with new values they can offer in the next generation of the internet. Virtual Market is the world's largest market festival, and with each edition, more and more people come into contact with the virtual world. One day, we will all be able to go back and forth between the virtual and the real world as a matter of course. The opportunity to make all of this possible is the virtual market, going by names we weren't born with 3D models as our flesh, meeting people, playing, working, or even sleeping inside cyberspace. When you hear that, you might think we're talking about a science fiction novel or a movie, but actually, it's something that's happening for real. These people are already among us, and I too am one of the citizens of virtual reality. If I'm going to be honest, the way that they word things makes it kinda creepy, but I'm gonna blame Google Translate for that one. As I stated though, the virtual market is a place where you can either see works of people you already support or find someone completely new. Pretty much anyone can sign up for the event and have a spot for you to promote your works. Some people use the market to also just promote their own content, like streamers or ASMR, which is pretty cool. I personally would love to see a world dedicated to those who want to promote themselves as like VTubers, streamers, etc. This is also a much easier way to test out avatars or programs that maybe you were on the fence about, or maybe find avatars you didn't even know existed. The reason I bought my first avatar was because it was the first thing that fit my full body proportions, and I still use parts of that model today. You see it on my ears and tail. Not to say that if you don't want to or you can't spend any money, you shouldn't go though. Just like how some kids went to the mall when they were bored, even without money, there are still activities you can do in most of the market worlds. Some of these worlds have cars that you can ride around in, while others may have small mini games to try out promoting a phone game. Everything you do in the world is completely free, and it adds up to the whole experience. Plus, there's always a small portion of the stuff being promoted just to be free download, just like the devouring content made by the Four Ponies. The last event, VK Market 5, had over 1,500 VR content creators promoting their own stuff. If you can go through 1,500 stalls and not find a single thing you like, you're just picky. The thing I love about the virtual market, though, is it isn't here for the money. That's definitely a part of it, but it's not the whole reason. They're also here for the experience. They know what will get fans to stick around and even look forward to the markets, and it's an amazing place for inspiration. I hope to one day have my own booth in the marketplace if I ever get skilled enough to feel like my work is sellable. Please, whenever the next event comes out, give them a look and support what they do. It is a fantastic event that really helps give that convention feel without being an actual convention. I also wanted to touch loosely on some things that have been going on with VR chat in general. If you've played the game, it's no secret that the last few weekends have been kind of a pain. Originally, I was misinformed that these were caused by a malicious group, but learned this weekend that it actually might be the same problems that happened on New Year's Eve. I'm not sure if it's the morphogenic field or maybe there was a full moon out this weekend, but last weekend especially upset a bunch of players, causing the subreddit of VR Chat to be sprinkled with posts from VR Chat Plus members revoking their own membership. The reason I bring this up in this video is because the opening event for the Music Virtual Market 2 was supposed to happen Friday on, I think it was 4 live streams, but surprise, surprise, servers crashed that down, and I do wonder if anything's gonna happen because of that. I know they had booked some pretty big faces, like PKCZ, to perform at the event. I'm not going to pretend that I know what I'm talking about here. I never do, and there are always people who know way more than me. Everything I learn is through my own research, and I have a very smooth brain, so I could be getting tons of things wrong. Don't take what I say as law. If you know what's going on more than me, as always, I am heavily interested to hear about it and actually learn what is happening. And if you'd like, join my Discord. We usually hold these kinds of conversations about these things. Just make sure you read the rules. Don't ignore them. I'll cry. I'm actually one of those people who are kind of on the fence right now about canceling my membership because the players who did have a very excellent point. If the cause for these server issues are the same from 3 months ago, there is no excuse why it hasn't been fixed yet. I did hear some gossip about issues between Virtual Market and VR Chat that were sparked by this, but once again, until that becomes information I can see for myself, I'm not going to get into it here. I've supported this game, and still do, in every way that I can, but I'm also not going to just ignore problems if there are some. Just last week alone, looking at the announcements, 6 out of 7 days have at least one notification that there are current issues with the game's connection and that they are working on it ASAP. I understand that since this game is live and working on a game that's live 24/7 may be a tough project, but something like this could really kill the game. If VR Chat devs are aware of the problem, and it's a big problem, why hasn't it been fixed yet? I mean, the social list has been broken for over a year now, but that's small compared to people not even being able to get on the game. On the weekend no less, where people are wanting to relax or party the most. The reason this bugs me as much as it does compared to other issues is because my defense for the game was always that they could focus on the small once they fixed the big. What that means is pretty much I thought that the devs were too busy working on making sure the game actually ran that they had to put most of their efforts there, and a smaller team did the smaller things, for example like the social list. These are real people though, with actual lives, and you can't expect things to be patched ASAP. It isn't fair to them to get berated, especially on their time off, that the game isn't working as well as you'd like. They are humans, not robots, and working on a game like this cannot be easy. But at the same time, when the problem is people literally not being able to get onto your game at consistent times, and hearing that it's possibly because they haven't raised the cap for their servers yet, that's not good. It may be just a rumor, I don't know. Their server announcements state that they don't know the cause yet and are investigating, which means maybe they have been on top of it and just haven't figured it out yet. You could see in the video playing as I speak that one of my friends is always in the ground. Even on a Monday afternoon, there was a hiccup that made the servers go down for a moment, and after that he was unable to actually load any avatars, including his own. This hiccup wasn't even mentioned in the announcements or server status, which kind of bothers me because we don't know what caused it. Even if it was just a simple, hey, there was a hiccup, we're working on getting the servers better, I feel like that would have been more reassuring because then we'd know that they are working on getting it fixed. But no, there was just a moment where the game stopped working and nobody, at least in my own friend group, have an idea why. I am going to end this by repeating myself that I love this game, and I want it to succeed. For the first time, I actually feel like I can be part of something that I enjoy, instead of just feeling like an outlier, kind of. I've spent over a year learning how the mechanics of this game work and making content of my own to experience with my friends. It would break my heart to see this game lose steam because of something like this. I didn't really have a purpose or anything before I learned how to create in the game. I was never super artistic, and I got mocked for everything that I made. Even when I was cosplaying, it was fun and I enjoyed it, but there was always that level of stress that made it not as enjoyable as it could be. I was never driven to learn new techniques when sewing, and would lean back on things I already knew that would actively hold me back. But with this, I finally got my chance. I do want to learn how to do what this game provides me, and I've made things that people legitimately enjoy, and it brightens up my day. But at least right now, I am unhappy with the game. I hope that by next weekend, aka tomorrow if you're watching this video as the day it released, we won't have these issues. As usual, thank you all for watching. Drink your water, eat your broccoli, and have a good day. See y'all in the next video.